So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out on the 750 build is the rear shocks. I've had an email the other day asking me what shocks I'm going to put on this. So I did some research and I've been looking for a whole bunch of different brands, and the price range is quite broad, from the very, very expensive ones obviously down to the ones that are made in China. Now, you don't necessarily need to buy the cheapest ones, but you don't necessarily need to spend the extra money to get a brand. And the very expensive ones are inaccessible for a lot of people. So I thought what I would do is I would find a fairly decent price set of shocks, do a lot of research on them, and that's exactly what I've done. I found a decent set of shocks and they have quite amazing reviews actually. So I want to give a bit of a shout out to a company called Tec Bike Parts for supplying these particular rear shocks with the reservoir. They supplied me a set for the CX500, but also gave me a set for the 750, or aka Spaghetti Monster. But unfortunately, because this build is still obviously a build at the moment, I can't ride the bike, so I can't really test them. And because the reservoir is here, it interferes with the other CX that I have. The actual seat, this rail here, where the shock sits, you can see it'll just interfere with that, and I can't take this rail off because it actually holds the whole tail end together. Like, actually holds that tail light on and all this piece, this whole plastic section, and it clips the seat on, and so I don't really want to take it apart just to test these shocks. However, I did ask the company if I can actually invert these and run them, and will it make any difference? And they said no, it's not going to make any difference to the actual feeling of the shock and the ride. It's just aesthetically pleasing to have it sitting obviously like this. So I thought what I'll do is, they're on this bike at the moment and they look pretty damn tough. I love them. But in order to give them a test, I need to take them off here and put them on that bike so that I can take it for a spin and see how they go. I mean, the quality of these is incredible. Like, this company, Tec Bike Parts, have obviously got a very good reputation, and the reviews that are out there, if you look them up and you check out their website, which I'll leave a link in the description below, so go and check them out, because they have more than just shock absorbers. So here's the set for the CB750 that they supplied. Basically, I've taken it out of the box already, and I've taken the wrapping off one of them just to check it out. So that's what they are. I'll show you what the difference is compared to the original Honda CB750 ones. I'll put them up beside it and show you the difference. So I almost forgot to mention that in the box it comes with a couple of different bushings, and these little guys here I believe are the little extenders for the end of this to make it obviously a little bit longer, and yeah, so that you can actually fit them to different style of motorbikes. So when you compare these to the original Honda ones, they're very similar in their shape and style, except they just look a lot tidier. Just a nicer, cleaner look, and like I said, I might be painting these black. So obviously the length of them is not accurate right now because I've got to put those spacers in, but you get the idea, and you can see that they are a pretty amazing looking shock absorber. This is a 78 model CX500. The bottom mounting for the rear shock on the left side is different to the one which is on the right side, as you can see there. Obviously, because it's a shaft drive, they've just made them slightly different now. And because Tec Bike Parts know their bikes, obviously they've supplied them to all different bikes. They supply this little bush which just goes in there. However, because I'm putting them upside down just for test purposes, I'll be putting it at the top, just on the one side, not on the other one. Tec Bike Parts, there they are there. There's the guys. They pretty much make shock absorbers for any twin shock bike. If there's something specific you want, get in touch with them directly. They come with progressive twin rate springs, a lot better than the standard ones that you would not obviously get on the bike, and they can ship anywhere, so there's no dramas there. I'll put the details on the screen right now so that you can check them out, go and ask them any questions, see what they have. They don't just make shock absorbers, they make all sorts of parts. Tell you what, this thing is so handy for so many different purposes, as you will see.
So I'm currently running the Tec Bike Part shocks at the moment on the back of this, and I've just thought I'd take it for a bit of a spin. I can tell you the difference is incredible. Like, the fact that they're adjustable has made a massive difference. I have probably got them set a little bit harder, like that, than I need them to be. Perfect example. But the thing is, you can adjust them. So now that I know that, I can go back and just make that slight adjustment and we're all good to go. 5.6 kilometers Beachmont Road, that's where I want to be. I want to go and check something out and take the drone up if it's any good, but we'll see. We'll go and have a look. Is that just me, or do other guys take off and then think, oh, did I do my chin strap up? Is that just a thing that I do, or do other guys do that as well? Yeah, might need some Loctite. Here we go, Beachmont Road. This is us. Awesome. You can't half tell it's Sunday, all the bikes are out. So if you are planning on getting some shocks, or you're looking into different ones, then I can definitely tell you these guys are definitely something to look into. Their quality is good, their performance seems to be pretty damn good, and I'm going to be honest with you, if someone does want me to review something, I'm not going to say, yeah, it's good, get it. Even if I do make a commission off it, I'm not going to say that, because it's misleading, it's not the right thing to do, and I would rather you guys follow me knowing that I'm going to tell you the truth than be able to just tell you something just for the sake of actually making a commission. So one thing that they don't do is they don't come in black. But seriously, that's about the only thing that I can see that I was upset about, with the fact that they didn't come, the ones that I wanted didn't come in black. They do have black ones, but just the ones that I specifically wanted didn't come in black. No big deal, I can get them painted. It's a simple thing, but I just wanted to mention that. But apart from that, they fit it up perfectly, they ride really nice, they're adjustable. The progression of the actual the spring itself is awesome. I'm no expert on shocks and springs and anything like that, so I'm not going to pretend like I am, but I'm going to tell you the difference between the bike, what it had before to what it has now, is a completely different bike. Like, I've done the fluid in the front of this, now I've done the rear shocks that are brand new. I can tell you this bike is so nice to ride, and it just feels totally different, and it's really hard to explain that if you've never had a new set of shocks, or you've never owned an old bike and then you've jumped onto a new bike. So the old shocks on this bike, when I basically sat on it and bounced up and down, it just kept going. Not really bad, but it was enough to, like, it didn't have that dampening, you know, like you. So what a shock is meant to do is this. I'm going to show you a video now. This is incredible. Watch this. So as that shock comes down, it's meant to recoil and take the impact, but not bounce back up straight away, if that makes any sense. So this is what a shock is meant to do, and I can tell you my bike didn't have that. It was bouncing around like crazy in the front, so when I put the oil in, then it fixed that problem, and now I've done the rear, and I can tell you this bike is firm. Like, it is quite firm. Like I said, I need to make that adjustment, because in the rear it's just a little bit too tight. But moving on to something else about my channel is I want to talk about something that I set up recently, which was Patreon, and I put it up there, didn't say anything to anyone, just left it there, and I just wanted to see what would happen and see if anyone wanted to jump on board. And I want to give a huge shout out to a guy named Owen. He is my first Patreon. He is an amazing dude, and he pretty much signed up, sent me a message saying, hey dude, I'm your first Patreon. He got all excited about it, and so I want to give him a big shout out and a big thank you, because that is what I'm talking about. So being a Patreon is just basically saying, hey, we love what you do and want you to continue. And it's a big thank you to me, because I can just now continually create things, and that tiny little contribution to me building this channel and putting more and more videos out. I would love to put as many videos out as I could. One a week right now is pretty much a limit, because there's a lot of work that goes involved in actually shooting, getting the different angle. A few of you guys have actually commented on it and said, Dan, you must put a lot of work into actually getting all those different angles and the lighting and the sound, and I'm having a few sound issues at the moment which I'm trying to sort out, but nevertheless, you guys probably haven't even noticed. I'm pretty fussy with what I'm doing, and I try and do the best I possibly can with the equipment that I have. I think this guy's missing a motor. Oh man, I would say poor guy, but he did it to himself. What an amazing day. Hey, that was a close call. Damn. Hopefully I got that on camera. Poor little guy almost got run over. Welcome to Australia. That was a kangaroo, in case you didn't know. So I'm going to pull up over here because I have no idea where I am. I feel like I've gone past my destination, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll pull up, have a look at the map, and then just continue. It's telling me to do a U-turn. It's telling me to go all the way up here, do a U-turn, and come all the way back again when I just need to turn around and go there. So that's what I'll do. Just turn around and go there. According to the thing that tells me where to go, I'm almost there. Well, apparently we're here. This doesn't look very hospitable. Closed? You gotta be kidding me. Came all the way here and it's closed. Penalties may apply. Well, there goes that idea, so we might just go for a bushwalk instead. I have my drone in my backpack, and there's a pretty cool waterfall just here. A slash waterfall swimming area, and clearly we can't go and check it out because something's happened and someone must have got hurt. Who knows? So any wonder I didn't see any signs, because they probably took them down so that nobody else would come here and just get disappointed. Oh well. On a positive note, I wanted to just mention one other thing is anyone who hasn't seen my Instagram to go and give me a follow, because there are some times when I can't quite get a video out in time, but I do want to share some stuff. So anyone that wants to see little sneak peeks of what's coming up, I would highly recommend go and give me a follow. It is, I'll put it on the screen right now. This is my Instagram, so that you can go and follow me, or I'll put a link in the description below as well, so you can just click that and go straight to it. I don't know how many Ks I get out of a reserve tank, and I'm a fair distance out from the next service station, so I'm just going to cruise along and not rev heaps, just to try and conserve as much fuel as I can. I found some fuel, we didn't run out. Well, yet. I'm still not quite there. Alrighty, we made it and we didn't run out of fuel. That's always good.